Okay, now we got 2.2 continued frequency polygons and Ogive or Ogives, depending on which way you want to pronounce that. The data is coming from the previous day's video of 2.2 with just histograms. So it's just kind of expanding on some of that. And if you're wondering where the numbers came from, it came from those 12 basketball scores that we got from the previous flip charts. Frequency polygon is a frequency polygon or a line graph that emphasizes the continuous rise or fall of the frequencies. So it's basically taking your histogram, turning it into a line graph. The dots are going to be placed over the midpoints of each class. Remember, the midpoint is the average of the class limits in each class. So the lower boundary plus the upper boundary divided by 2 will get you that midpoint. Dots are joined with line segment, and there's going to be a 0 frequency to kind of start everything off. And that's one class width to the left of the first midpoint, and one class midpoint to their width to the last midpoint. So basically, starts at 0, ends at 0. So here's my classes again. First class was from 6 to 9, so 6 plus 9 divided by 2 gives me the 7.5. Again, the class width was 4. So that magic number of 4, I can just continue adding 4 to get the rest of the midpoints. Okay. Frequencies are still the same. 1 through counted. There was 3 in the first class, 1 in the second class, 2, 2, and 4. That's still going to go on my y-axis just like it has before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But now when it comes to the x-axis, my labels are a little bit different. Instead of going from 6 to 9 or 6.5 to 9.5, I go at 7.5. At 7.5, I'm going to go up to 3, and there's my dot. Okay. Go over 4 to 11.5, go down to 1. Okay. Next class midpoint, 15.5. That's going to go up 2. Next class midpoint of 19.5. That's going to stay at 2. And then my last class midpoint, 23.5, is going to go up to the 4. And connect those dots. You've got your frequency polygon. I did say something about it starting at 0. So I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to go and take this 7.5, and I'm going to subtract 4 to get a starting point of 3.5. So at 0, we'll go up. And I'm going to take 23.5 and add 4 to that to get a ending number of 27.5, and that's going to go from there down to 0. So that's a frequency polygon. Cumulative frequency table. Cumulative just means all added together. So that's all the classes sums from the frequencies of all the previous classes combined. So again, same data. I put my class boundaries up there again for a reason. I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But the cumulative frequency would be in my first class, I start off with 3. My second class takes the 3 plus the 1 that's in that second class. So now I have a combination of 4. The next cumulative frequency would be 3 plus 1 plus 2. So 3 plus 1 plus 2, 6. And then 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 gets 8. And then basically this 8 plus the additional 4 equals 12. So these numbers are going up. And what a cumulative frequency table helps you with is the graph. It's called an Ogives. So the cumulative frequency from before was 3, 4, 6, 8, and 12. On the x-axis, it's no longer the midpoints like it was in the frequency polygon. Now it's going to be your upper class limit. So 9.5, 13.5, 17.5, 21.5, 25.5. And I'm going to have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on here. So my first point, or my first dot, just like before, is going to go at 3, above that 9.5. It's going to rise up to 4 the next class, up to 6, then up to 8, about 8. And then on my last one, I'm going to make sure I'm going to go all the way up to 12. This graph's always going to increase because your cumulative graph is increasing. Now, I need to get back down to 0 to start off with. So to get that last number, or this first number to start off with, I'm going to take 9.5. Again, I'm going to subtract that magic number, and it ends up being 5.5. And there's my start at 0. Okay. So frequency polygons and Ogives are kind of related, and they are related to whatever you got for your histogram or your frequency table from before. The last one is a dot plot. It's data displayed in a way that's on the horizontal axis. Each data is plotted with a dot or a point above the corresponding values of the horizontal axis. Dots are stacked up with the respective values, so it's basically a bar graph with dots. So it's the number of brothers and sisters. 2 people must have answered, they have none. 3 people have answered, they got 1, and then you can read the rest of the graph there too. So it gets another little outlook as to maybe skewed right, skewed left, things like that. Sometimes they're used with like pictures. So like maybe if it's brothers and sisters, you have like a little picture of a brother, sister, just to kind of give it like you see a little bit of a graph. So okay. Again, here's some problems to work on. We'll try to work on some of those in class. Again, we'll try to use technology as much as possible, but there's some graphs that you just can't do without technology. So there you go.